Okay, so we have this truth table, and of course our first step is to copy these truth values over to the right side. And just notice that here we have P and Q on the left, but in the sentence, the first letter is Q and the next one is P. On the left, normally we would go in alphabetical order, although we don't necessarily have to. And then on the right, the letters can be in any order. Okay. Now we have two connectives, and we need to fill in the truth values below those connectives. We have the or here, and we have the not. Okay, so can we do the or first? No, we can't, because what this or is connecting is not Q and P. So in order to figure out what the truth values are for the or, and that's going to be the truth values for the whole sentence, we have to have the truth values for not Q. We have the truth values for Q here, but not for not Q. And then, of course, we do have the truth values for P. So once we do not Q, we'll be good to go. Okay, so we start with not Q. So that's just going to be false, true, false, and true. Okay, so now we're looking at this column and this one. Okay, so false and true, that's going to be a true here. True and true, that's going to be true. False and false. Both sides of the disjunction are false. The whole sentence is false. And true and false, that's going to be true. Okay, so for this sentence, for this whole thing, we've figured out that it's false when P is false and Q is true. That makes the sentence false. Otherwise, all of these other scenarios make it true. Next, we have this. Now we have two more columns to fill in, the one underneath the or and the one underneath the not. Okay, so last time we did the one underneath the not first, and then we did the one underneath the or. This is different. Here, can we start with the not? No, we can't, because this not is ranging over this entire sentence, Q or P. The sentence says it's not the case that Q or P. So in order to figure out the truth values for the not, we have to know the truth values for this whole thing. Okay, so we have to do the or first. So we'll do that. True and true. That's going to make this true. False and true, that's going to make it true. True and false, that's going to make it true. False and false, that's the only situation where the disjunction is false. Okay, so now that we have this, so these are the truth values for Q or P. So the truth values for not Q or P are just going to be false, 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 and true. Okay, so these are the truth values for the whole sentence, and so we figured out that this sentence is true when P is false and Q is false. In that situation, the whole sentence is true. Otherwise, for every other scenario, the sentence is going to be false. Okay, this is the last one I'll do in this video. Okay, now we have three connectives, the and, the biconditional, the double arrow, and the not. So can we start with the biconditional? No, because the biconditional, that is the double arrow, is connecting G and H. So we need the truth values for this whole sentence, G and H. And then on the other side, it's connecting not G. So we need the truth values not for G, but for not G. Okay, so we could actually start with either one of these columns, the one underneath the and or the one underneath the not. I'll start here on the left. So true and true, that's going to be true. True and false, that's going to be false. False and true, that's false. And if both sides are false, the conjunction is false. Okay, then over here underneath the not, this is true, then not G is going to be false. Again, false. If G is false, then not G is true. And then again, that's going to be true. Okay, now we can do the column underneath the biconditional. And so we're looking at this and this. The biconditional is, so this whole sentence is G and H. Truth value for that is right here. If and only if not G. Truth value for the not G is right here. Okay, so true and false, that's going to be false. False and false, that's going to be true. False and true, that's going to be true. No. Bad Johnson. False and true, that's going to be false. And false and true, that's going to be false again. Okay, so this sentence is true when G is true and H is false. In that situation, it's true. Otherwise, for every other combination of true and false for G and H, the sentence is going to be false. Okay, I'll stop there. I'll have more videos about doing truth tables in Carnap, so you should watch those. But if you have any questions about making truth tables, you can email me.